So as you all are well aware of now, the election season is upon us, as the 2024 elections will be here sooner than we know it. And you guys also know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are trying to keep their seat in the White House. Now, y'all know they got that seat with the help of black people. They could not and would not do it without us, right? Well, maybe they do it without us, but they could not do it without us. But nevertheless, for George Floyd's 50th birthday, Joe Biden wanted us to know the following. Now, bear with me because I'm going to read it to you. So pretend like it's story time or something like that. Here we go. George Floyd should be alive. He should be celebrating his 50th birthday with his young daughter, Gianna, family, and friends. He deserves so much more. Today, we join his family to honor his life and legacy, and we remember the tragedy and injustice of his death that sparked one of the largest civil rights movement in our nation's history and inspired the world. George Floyd's murder exposed for many what black and brown communities have long known and experienced, that our nation has never fully lived up to its highest ideal of fair and impartial justice for all under the law. That day before her father's funeral, Gianna told me, "Daddy changed the world." 3 years after her father's murder, my answer to Gianna remains the same. He has. A year and a half ago, Kamala and I stood with the family of George Floyd, civil rights leaders, and law enforcement officials, and I signed an executive order which applies key elements of the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act to federal law enforcement. This order bans chokeholds, restricts no-knock warrants, establishes a database for police misconduct, and directs other measures to advance effective and accountable policing that increases public safety. It is putting federal law enforcement on the path to becoming the gold standard of the effectiveness and accountability. My order also directs the use of federal tools to support similar reforms in state and local agencies. Across our administration, we have made significant progress in fulfilling the requirements of my executive order, making policing safer and rebuilding trust in American communities. But we know that the implementing real and lasting change at the state and local level requires Congress to act. I will continue to do everything in my power to fight for police accountability and urge Congress to pass meaningful police reform and send it to my desk. I will sign it. George Floyd's memory reminds us that there is more work to do to redeem the soul of America. Let us recommit to changing hearts and minds while enacting police policies and laws that ensure our nation lives up to its founding idea that we're all created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout our lives. Now, if that sounded like fiction, it's because it is. Now, y'all notice how Joe Biden put a lot of emphasis on federal, because that's all he has control over, the federal law enforcement, your Border Patrol, CIA, FBI, and people like that. Now, black people, ask yourself this: when is the last time we saw, or even you have been pulled over by an FBI agent or the CIA or Border Patrol? It's probably very rare, right? Now, you also talk about he's trying to get Congress to do some things for state and local policing agencies. But my question is this, Joe Biden: why did you do an executive order that you knew wasn't going to be helpful? I'll tell you why he did it. It's because it's symbolism. And he knows that most people, not just black people, but most people aren't going to really delve into what it is he exactly signed, which, as he said, was for federal, but not on the state and local level. And the policy, the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, it has not stopped the wholesale murder of black people by police officers. There's one that go on every day. Some we hear about and many we do not hear about. So he took that chance on George Floyd's 50th birthday to pander to black people, to say that I've done absolutely nothing for y'all, and I'm going to use George Floyd's name to get y'all to show up and vote for me for what? More of nothing. That's all he said, right? It's a big fat nothing burger, and it's done nothing but pander. Now, I know there's some black folks that's going to say, ooh, Joe Biden didn't forget that George Floyd's birthday. Oh, wasn't that so nice? And a lot of people are going to say that, but I'm telling y'all, don't fall for that. If Joe Biden really wanted to help black people, he could. He just doesn't want to because he knows that in the past that all he needed to do, and him and his homies and basically anybody who's a politician, is give black people the feel goods, right? Give us the warm and fuzzies, the symbolism, and that would be good for us. But see, there's a new day on the horizon where they are seeing black people wake up and they are hearing black people ask for more. Like, nah, Joe and Kamala, if y'all want us to show up, y'all gonna have to give us a good reason. Like, y'all can write checks because we know your administration is good at writing checks because y'all write checks to everybody but black people, right? Ukraine has got a whole bunch of money and everybody else in between. The AI migrants that are coming over here, they're getting checks and all kind of other stuff. But black people, I be damned if I'm held responsible for what my ancestors did. You know, that was Joe Biden. And of course, y'all heard Kamala. She was very demonstrative in saying, I'm not going to just do anything for black people. No. So we need to let Joe Biden know, well, that's wonderful that you acknowledge George Floyd, on his 50th birthday, but that still means nothing to the rest of us. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.